Really? I hit the record button and... The train apparently wanted to do my intro for me as soon as I hit record. Anyways, hi, hello, my name is Kat and this is Whittier Stitches. Welcome to this Flosstube Extra. This is a Queen City Stitch Retreat 2024 recap. And I don't even know how good it's gonna be because I'm extremely excited to talk about it, so I'm probably gonna be all over the place. My stuff just got here from Eve. She mailed it to me, bless her. She packaged the crap out of this. I gave her a stuffed tote bag and I got back a very neat, nicely packaged, and I think my husband taught her how to wrap this box because I didn't think I was ever gonna get into it, which is how he wraps his Christmas presents. But I digress. It's here, it's safe. I can record this now. I don't know where I want to start. Okay. Let's see. How do we want to start my story from the weekend? See, I left here Thursday morning, the 17th, at like 6:37 a.m. My stepdaughter came and picked me up, and we grabbed her boyfriend and their sweet little baby, and they took me to Dallas. So I flew out of DFW to Charlotte, and this is where the first whoopsies started. I gave Eve a pickup time. I had assumed the pickup time was in that time zone's time. No, it was my time zone's time. So Eve got there like over an hour early because apparently Frontier does not adjust takeoff and landing times like other airlines do. But she was cool about it. Miss Eve, bless her, picked me up from the airport and we went straight to the hotel. We took everything upstairs really quick, threw it in the bedroom, the hotel room, whatever, and then went right down to the stitching room. We were almost the last people there. Not quite, but almost. Me and Eve showed up, and then 2 more people showed up after us. So we were nearly the last people to show up for the day, but that's okay. No biggie. We were looking around. It was actually funny. We walked in and Cam, Cam the Stitcher, Cam is like off to the side talking on the phone, and me and Eve were both like, it's Cam! We didn't bug her, obviously. She was on the phone, but we had a little fangirl moment, which is funny because we both talked to her, but we still fangirled. I promise we both bugged her later. She said we didn't bug her. I say we bugged her, or I bugged her at least, but we had a blast. So we went in. I didn't really know anybody except for Eve, Maggie, and Allie. So obviously Maggie and Allie and Amy's table were full. Duh, of course it was. And so Eve was like, oh, well, there's Sarah from Millennial Stitching or Millennial Fabrics. So we went and sat at the table next to hers with... I'm not gonna be able to remember my table mates' names, probably, because I suck at names. I think there's Shani. I remember Shani. I think Gina. Yeah, Gina, because I remember seeing the spelling for her name, like jeans. I was expecting G-I-N, but it was like G. Either way. That is neither here nor there. Those are the only 2 names I remember. I'm sorry. I suck at names, and everybody's like lanyard was hanging down below the table, so I couldn't see them. But we had a blast nonetheless. I added everybody on Instagram and we all swapped phone numbers. So it worked out. We had a blast. The first night we just kind of sat around. We stitched, me, Eve, Gina, and I need to ask Eve. Eve knows these names. I'm not going to be able to tell you their names though. But we were sitting there chilling. We had 2 free spots. So Maggie come over going, hey, 2 more people showed up and they're sitting by themselves. And can I come force them to sit at your table? And we were all like, yes, of course. Because each table seats 6 and there was only 4 of us there. So Maggie went and bullied them into sitting with us for the weekend. She was like, sweet, I can make them do what I want them to do. In the sweetest possible way because it's Maggie and that's just what she does. But it was really cool. Like, I got to walk in, I gave Maggie a hug, gave Allie a hug. Like, Allie was like, eat dinner with us, let's have some pizza. I was like, heck yeah. So me, Allie, Maggie, and Eve went out into the lobby and had some pizza for dinner. And it was amazing. And it was, like, for me, a great tension breaker because I was really nervous. This was my first retreat and I was like, like, I know people, but, like, what if I'm awkward? What if I'm shy? What if the people I know online don't want to talk to me in person? Like, anxiety, oh my gosh. And so Allie just instantly being like, eat food with me. Like, totally broke that anxiety I had. And perfect way to start the weekend for me. And of course we got our bags. So you walk in and your bags are on a table, your little lanyard, which I think my lanyard's hanging up in my bedroom. I'm not going to get it, but it's this color orange lanyard with, like, your name and your Flosstube and Instagram on it if you gave them one, which I did. So all your stuff's in the bag and it's laying on the table and your lanyard's hanging off of it, so you know to grab yours. But oh, here, there you go. Can you see that? I can't see through this, so I have no clue if you can read that. But yes, Queen City Stitch Retreat, Charlotte, North Carolina, 2024. Woo! This video. I'm sorry. I apologize now. This was our itinerary, our information, our welcome pack. Let's be honest, I really did not read it. I opened it. There were raffle tickets. But information, there's a schedule, restaurants nearby, information on the guest artist, and I'm sorry, but this picture of Cassandra and Aaron is phenomenal. Love that. Let's see. Yep. And then the retreat exclusive pattern was in here, which I'm going to have to insert a picture of mine. So this is my pattern, right? Can't open it. There's no display picture. It's just the pattern. I had Aaron and Cassandra autograph it for me, but I had them autograph it, like, on the chart. So I'm going to pop up a picture here, right here, cover that, right? I'm gonna blur out the chart. That way you can see their autographs on there. Because I plan on framing this and putting it up on my wall. So I wanted it to be actually on this chart itself. I also had them autograph this I'm not even going to show you the pattern. This witch is hollow. I got this in one of the giveaways, but I had them autograph that one as well. I had brought my evening stroll with me, and I was planning on getting them to autograph that one, but then I won this one, and I was like, it's bigger, I'd rather them autograph that one. I actually spent a lot of time talking to them. Everybody spent a lot of time talking to them this weekend. they were the most open and sweet and accessible and wonderful people you could ask for. Like, I've talked to them both before on like the Zoom calls, because before the Stitch retreat we had Zoom calls all the time, like one a month, to get to know each other and kind of learn faces and whatnot. And Cassandra and Aaron would join when they can. My dog just touched me and scared the crap out of me. She's trying to get in my lap, but I have a big box in my lap, so it's not happening. But yeah, and then I'd messaged Cassandra before, and Aaron recognized my name from the Dark Queen of the Earth Sal group, which was wild. And just in general, fun stuff, right? They were amazing, beautiful, and their son Mav stole the whole weekend. Basically, I think they said he's 3, and he hands down was the most entertaining part of the weekend, watching him run around and play and just be a blast. People were running around playing with him. There were a couple people running around chasing him and playing tag, and it was just, he was so well behaved, and everybody ate him up. Okay. What do I start with? Let me talk about what I stitched while I was there. So I brought Evening Stroll, which I mentioned. I did not stitch on it at all. I also brought Mermaid Periwinkle, which I showed you in the last video where I made it to before the Stitch retreat. And so here is where I made it during the Stitch retreat. Oh yeah, Queen City also fell in the same weekend as 24 Hours of Cross Stitch, so that was cool. I definitely made my 24 Hours of Cross Stitch easy peasy lemon squeezy. So I got 800 and I think it was 68 stitches into her during the retreat, which was all tail, basically all tail. Awesome. And then the exclusive pattern on day 2, so Friday, was it Friday? Yeah, Friday I decided I was going to start the retreat exclusive, which is now available to everyone, but at that point obviously it was still retreat exclusive. The not Dark Queen, the Queen of the Night, I keep wanting to say Dark Queen, the Queen of the Night, and I wanted to start her then and there, so I bought fabric from Oak Crown Studios, which is Fiber Arts Amy, one of our retreat directors, organizers, and I bought her 36 count Castle Wall linen, and it's not quite that white in the light spots, it's more of a gray, and I started my Queen of the Night over 1 in 36 count linen. How stinking gorgeous is she? I have a picture that I was in the middle of working on her. Obviously I'm still in the middle of working on her, duh, but I had just barely started, and I took a picture of it next to the sample stitch of her, and she's so teeny tiny. I think overall she's only going to be like 3 inches tall on this version, and I am doing the red version. And it's beautiful and wonderful, and I love her so much, and I cannot wait to get her done. I did 1,905 stitches on her so far, which is wild. Absolutely wild. I don't remember how many I did actually during the retreat. I will put that up there somewhere. But yeah, she's gorgeous. That might have actually been during the retreat. I don't know. I don't remember. I have no idea. Brains do what, huh? But yes, teeny tiny little over 1 stitching, love it. And I'm really glad I'll have my husband was like, why'd you start her so far down and she's gonna be so small? And it's because she is a vampire queen, and I really liked the modeling right there and thought that looked really cool, like a night sky. So she's gonna be framed out pretty big, like pretty far away from her, and I wanted all that modeling to show up. So that's why she's in such an odd placement. But I will still have half of the fabric, this half, to do whatever I want with. So that's cool. Let's see what else. What next? What next? What next? What next? I pre-ordered my Sheba Designs cross stitch exclusive bag, and this is it. And look at that. Does that not remind you of the Autumn Lane patterns? They're like, shoot, what's that one called? Forgot it, but it's like the pretty houses on the hill, and they're like all the autumn trees. Yeah, either way. It's even got like a little house charm zipper pull dealio. So this is really cool. This is my first time purchasing a project bag, and this has like real thick vinyl on it, which I've looked at several times. When I make my own project bags, I've looked at this real thick vinyl, gone, it would be really nice, but I'm afraid it wouldn't do well on a project bag. It'd be too stiff. It would blah, 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 blah. Wrong. I was wrong. This is amazing. It adds a lot of body to the bag, and that made it where, like, this is not quilted. The backing, look at that. No quilting. Bag stays nice and stiff because of the vinyl. I'm like, how freaking smart is that? I hate quilting my bags. When I make them, it is my least favorite part of making them. And this is like a fun little thing that you don't have to do that. It's still got, it feels like there's batting in there. But like, it's not super thick. Yeah. I'm gonna be borrowing that idea. I'm gonna be buying me some thick vinyl gorgeousness. It jingles. I'm sorry. I like to jingle. Jingle jangle. Okay. Next. You know what? This is right here. So, smalls exchange. I showed you my smalls in my last one, but I'll post up the little picture here again. It was, I think, a Haunted Hill or something like that. Who knows? I'm probably wrong. But it was from the Just Cross Stitch Halloween edition. And I did like a very purpley, witchy kind of small. And then for what I picked out, I went around and I was trying to pick like based on the fabric on the outside, because everything was like wrapped in our fabric, was our outside shell of our wrapping, right? And I ended up getting this pack, which there was another one I almost grabbed, but there was, bless this person, a label on the outside that said this comes from a cat-friendly home. So I was like, oh, not that one. So I ended up getting this one instead. And it was meant to be, y'all. Meant to be. I'm going to save the stitching for last, because why wouldn't I? Make you wait in suspense. This is from the Owl and Gator Stitcher. I don't know if they have a YouTube, but if she does, I will tag her. But that is her Instagram handle, Owl and Gator Stitcher. This is the fabric it was wrapped in. Now, y'all know me, I'm not a big neutral stitcher, so that's kind of funny to me that this fabric grabbed my attention so much. I always look at people with their modeled neutrals, and I'm like, why do people love these so much? This is my first time seeing a modeled neutral in person, and I get it now. I absolutely get it now. Let's see what it says. There's still a tag on it. This is Chromatic Alchemy Yan Yang 28 count Brittany fat quarter. I've done like solid whites. It smells really good. It smells good. I think that's the first time I've smelled it. Anyways, I've done like a solid tan and I've done stark white, but I've never done like a real neutral, especially never a modeled neutral, and I love it. I love it. It's beautiful. It's wonderful. I have no clue what the lighting's doing because I don't have my ring light up. I don't have my my big office light up. I've got like one window open and then our really yellow light bulbs. So I apologize for whatever it is y'all are seeing going on. And then, so this is the Cottage Garden Threads candy cane. So it was a fabric, a fancy thread, a DMC, which the DMC I got's already mixed in with whatever. Something from your state, something fit for a queen, then your small, and a needle minder. So that was my fancy floss. My DMC's mixed in already. My fit for a queen, y'all, look at this little notebook. Just, it's beautiful. I love the dainty little lines. They're not in your face. I love the cover. I love the unicorn. Oh my gosh. Oh boy, what'd I do with the needle minder? Let me check. Where did it go? There it is. There are so many, y'all. We got so many needle minders. This was the needle minder, where am I going? Focus, not on my face, on the needle minder, please, thank you. Look at that. Look at it. So, I know y'all see me, and I wear a lot of black, and I don't have like pastel colors all around me, but I am a pastel person. Yes, please, thank you, love them. And my tattoos are pink, purple, and blue. Like, all of them are pink, purple, and blue. Alright, you ready for this? You ready for this? Hold on, wait. Let me find the pattern name thing. Oh yeah, that was the card. It is very pretty. It is from Joan Elliott. Look at that. Look at it! Oh my gosh, I love it so much. This is Imagine. It's so magical. Look at that unicorn. And that's the backing. Oh, I'm so glad I got this one. Whatever the other one was that had caught my eye at first, I'm glad I did not grab it. I'm glad I got this one. I don't even know what ended up being in the other one. It does not matter. This was the perfect small for me. After we did our exchange, we all put our smalls back on the table and we got to round and look at them. And this was the one that was like, hands down, that's my favorite. So I'm so happy I got it. I love it. I love her. Him. That's a him. He looks strong. He's strong. He's a strong unicorn. I love hymns. He's going on display in my house. Yes. Okay. Let me put this back in that bag. No, I put away the bag. There's the bag. Until I can put this away, all the way away. For now, it shall go back in here. Okay. Now we're gonna go through my freebies because they are everywhere. There are a lot of things that got passed around. Oh, okay. So this was in my tote bag. It's a little zipper pouch. It's got the Queen City Stitch Retreat thingy. Like, I pick it out for the bottom, trying to see what I'm doing. Cute little zipper bag. It had beeswax in various different crown shapes for different people. You just kind of got a random one. There was the Queen City Stitch Retreat needle minders. Yes, there it goes. And then we have little boards to put our needle minders on, which I mainly just put ones I brought with me on because I didn't bring anything to trade. Okay, y'all, I dropped the ball on this one, but I blame it on having a grandbaby and preparing for a grandbaby and all things grandbaby related. Because I had some pretty grand, plans that did not come to fruition because I was busy doing other things instead, which I am totally a-okay with. I'm trying to rearrange some of these needle minders to get them all to fit on this board. I ended up with 2 of the Queen City Stitch Retreat needle minders, which is perfection for me because I am obsessed with needle minders. So yeah. We got these little beads, or not beads, buttons, and I like them because they remind me of like fall leaves, so they fit in with the autumn lane vibes. We got these really cool scissors, and my scissors have a fob on them because somebody was handing out scissor fobs, and I thought it was pretty. And I ended up getting like the breast cancer ones because it was pink. So, but they're little pumpkin scissors, and there is my little fob. It does not look pink at all, y'all, but it is pink, I promise. It's pink and silver. I ended up using these throughout the whole retreat because the first night we went down, I accidentally left my scissors upstairs in my backpack, and so I pulled these out, and then they were just with my stitching from that point on, so that worked out. I'm gonna stick all this in here as I go so I know what I've looked through. Yes. So there was that. We had 2 people hand out the little eyelash things. And this one took me a minute because I am, let's just say, thick. It's got a frog on it, guys. And I was just like, oh, cute. They put little animals on them. And it wasn't until I was like, oh, if you use these when you frogged a bunch and you got to get the frog, because you use it when you're frogging. Dirt. But, you know, it's me. Okay, this also came with our stuff, and this is because this is used in the retreat pattern. So it's a petite treasure braid 01. It is gold and sparkly. And then I got, let's see, what is this? This is the, I have needles stuck to this somehow. It's a needle threader with a little crown. Somebody was passing them out, and it's got a magnet on the back, which is why there's needles stuck to it. And that explains why I was missing needles during the thing. Finding these, you know, whatever, forever later. But yes, needle threader with the little crown. It was cute. Someone was handing that out. We got lots and lots of floss drops. People were handing these out left and right. And there are some people that don't use floss drops, so they would just toss them in a pile on the freebies table if they weren't going to use them themselves. So I picked up some extras. These are from Emma Weibel, maybe. And it says that artwork is done by her. And then these are from Ellie Z's Crafty, and it says, I like to party, and by party, I mean cross stitch. And I love that so much. So when he was giving out, like, I think this came from Eve. Maybe? Was this from Eve? Eve, was this from you? Did this come in our bag? I pulled out some of the stuff from the bag you gave me, and I think this might have been one of them. Eve gave us a table present, and I felt so bad because I did not bring table mate presents. And like I said, I super extra dropped the ball. Let's see. So there's some cards. People was handing out cards too. So I followed a bunch of people on Instagram and YouTube from this. Let's see. We got some buttons. These 3, I believe, are from Eve. These ones were random handouts that people were walking around passing out. And I have no clue who they came from. That one was given to me a while ago. That's actually candy. So that came from Stephanie from Cross Stitch Globe. But we had these, and so people that were trading, which my board's currently upside down, it came with like a picture frame with a magnetic metal piece in there, whatever, so you could put your magnets on your board and stand it up. And you could see that if you had that up, it signified you were like trading needle minders, which was really cool. And again, I dropped the ball on that. But whatever. Nobody asked you. Please ignore the sound of my fridge. The power control board is going bad on it, and so every now and again it thinks the power went out and it plays its little power outage noise. I will replace that eventually. So next up we're gonna, oh no, wait, hold on. More handouts. Chew, Made with Love by Chew, was handing out little face masks. It's just the powder, you mix it with some water, and then you can, have not used it yet, but bless her, she did put the ingredients on it. When she initially walked around handing them out, I said, no thank you, because I'm allergic to the world, and I didn't want to, like, pester her for the ingredients while she was walking around. But at the end, there were a few left over, and she put them over on the freebies table. So at that point, I was like, oh, okay, the ingredients are on here. I could read them myself, and there's nothing I'm allergic to. So I took one. And this is my little bag from Eve. There were a couple in this color and a couple in like a green and blue. So it came with another smaller pouch inside. Okay, this one was the one from Eve. I knew there were files from Eve, like nail files. Look, they're like matchbook style. How freaking cool is that? I've never seen this before. That is awesome. There were some acrylic bobbins. There's screen cleaning wipes. I really just assumed those were hand wipes when I first looked at them. I could have used those while I was there. Some bohin needles and some hand sanitizer and a pen that like both writes and has the touch tip butt on it. So this was super helpful. I used this when I was marking off my patterns. And so this was an awesome little gift. Which was cool because it wasn't like straight stitchy stuff. It was a little bit of everything you could use. So Eve smacked that right out the park. That was an awesome gift. Okay, are we ready for freebie tables? And then I'll go into the Stitchin' Kitten. So I have my first rescue. So someone had this up there. It is the stitching in the pattern, and this is Home Again from Leisure Arts. I've never been like a stitch a house person, but this one is almost done. And I guess they just decided they weren't going to finish it. So I grabbed it and I plan on finishing it for them as long as I can find similar colors. So like it's so very nearly done. They were so close. There's this part right here needs to be filled in, and then the grass down here with the little fence, and then all the back stitch. And I think that's pretty much it. I will not do the words that like wrap around. I'm not a words person. I'm not a quote person really. But like I'm sitting here going compare to compare. So yeah, that side with the that, and this side with the this. Yeah, so that's it. That one little section of tree beside the house, and then the fence line and some grass going down. And that's all that's left. And it will be a finny. So I have my first rescue! Yay! I wish I knew who this was from so I could show it to them when they're done, but there was no name or anything like that on there. Got this one. It says my grandma, and it's two patterns. One says to my grandma, and the other one that says grandmas are just antique little girls, which I don't know how much y'all know about this younger generation of people. They like to call people my age and older antique and vintage instead of old. And so when I saw this, I just died laughing because grandmas are just antique little girls, and I just became a grandma not too long ago. So thought that was awesome. Let's see, I got the Christmas Remembered, also from Leisure Arts. And 1, 2, 3. Oh yeah, it's got a bunch of littles in here. It says, I'll just say 18 designs. Yeah, sure enough. There are a bunch of little smalls in the back. But more than anything, I was interested in this Santa right here. So when I'm done stitching him, I will probably give this pattern away. But there are indeed several other Santas and a bunch of smalls. And I got this one, the 4 Seasons ovals, which is not my usual style, but I do love it when people do like the 4 Seasons things, but they're always just too big for me. I'm like, I'm never gonna stitch the same thing 4 times. Just different seasons. Well, these are small enough. Your girl can handle this. Who's that by? Are you awful? Charted Designs by Harriet 2. Let's see, and this is Stitch to Win Against Breast Cancer, the National Needle Arts Association, from the Prairie Schooler. This is just a teeny tiny freebie that I don't know what it came in, but so I do a tiny house. Here's somebody hanging out. Stickers. Got these little floss organizers. I've never used these, but there was like a huge stack of them on the freebies table, so I took a handful of them. Figure I'll try it out on some of my smaller patterns that don't have as many colors. I got a few things of fabric. This is a Hobby Lobby fabric, but it's the 14 count. It's the Zygarde 14 count Ada in Nude Navy. Still in the package. Oh no, one of my pins fell out. That's no bueno. There is a counting pin lost somewhere in this box, so I may stab myself. This was from one of my table mates. I think this was from Gina. The counting pins, which I'd never used before, and I even put mine upstairs because I was like, I've never used these. I'm probably never will use these, and then I like immediately needed to use them. And so you let me use one of hers because hers was still down at the table. Dog's barking. Anyways, so that fabric, I got that. And there's this little piece of Ada. And this gigantor chunk of Ada with another chunk of Ada. And so my goal is to probably cut this up into manageable sizes and dye it. This looks like 14 count. So I can absolutely, and it's real stiff. So I can soak it in vinegar and then dye the crap out of it, and it should be fine. Hey, there's my other counting pin, and I didn't even have to stab myself to find it. Yay! When Gina gave these to us, she had them wrapped in bubble wrap because she's so smart. And I was not smart enough to save the bubble wrap. So, all right, let's see. So this is my Stitch and Kitten purchase. I went there on a mission to find a pattern for this fabric. Coco, stop it. So me and Eve went to the Stitch and Kitten on Sunday. They opened specifically for our group. And so I walked in with this fabric and I said, I need a pattern for this. What am I going to put on it? And the first thing out of their mouth was, oh my goodness, Bella Filipina's Phoenix Queen. And hello. Hello. if I could hold them both at the same time. Hello, how perfect. Absolutely how perfect. So I was, yes, instant purchase. And I was like, well, I don't want to buy just one thing. I should have only bought one thing, but I didn't want to buy just one thing. So I also bought my first Tiny Town, and this is Any Town, more Any Town, there you go. And my goal is to find a way to make it murder. Bum, 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 bum. Which is the SAL that Cross Stitch the Globe is hosting. So we're gonna see. I don't know how I'm gonna make it murder, but I want to make it murder. Mahaha. Oh wow, so I never even opened it to look at the chart in the store. It's so tiny. Oh, it's so little bitty. Oh my goodness. How cute. And they actually give you the alphabet so you can change what it says on there, so that's cool. And there are a couple little buttons for you to put in your trees to make it look like apple trees. That's cute. Cute, cute, cute. Anyways, yes. So I'm going to do something with that to make it murder. And then I also bought a needle minder, which is currently on the project I'm currently working on. But it's the cat from the Stitching Kitten. So that's their stuff right there. And I did take a video walkthrough of the Stitching Kitten, so we will play that here. And this, it's not gonna have any sound because there were people checking out, and in order to check out, you had to either give out your email or your phone number. And so I cut all the sound so that nobody's private information made it out into the world unwantedly. But, okay, let me clean up my mess. That was only my second LNS that I've ever been to. The only other one I had been to was the, how do I fold this? Okay, I'm trying to follow the same creases. Sorry, guys. Was the 3 Stitches in Spring, Texas, which is just outside of Houston. And the 3 Stitches was okay. It was alright. I was not a huge fan. But I really enjoyed the Stitching Kitten. It was bright, it was open, it was airy, and I am sure the longer they're open, the more cluttered they will get, because that's just kind of what happens. You buy stuff, it doesn't sell, you still have it 10 years later, right? Which I imagine is how the 3 Stitches got so cluttered. Make it sit. Oh yeah, something else I didn't show you was our cups. It's gold. It's glittery. It came with a straw. That's also got gold glitter in it. I've used this cup every day since the retreat. Anyways, so yes, light, open, airy, lots of like sunlight, comfy little stitchy area. So it's like you walk in, it's the main room and like the shop, and then off to the side there's like a little sitting area. It's like a separate room, but it's connected with big open windows so you can see in there. And there's like a big stitchy area. They had a trunk show going on one of the tables. There's like a restroom, little coffee tea bar, itchy eye. But yes, very bright, very open, very airy. You can see all of it. Ooh, ah, pretty. Look at this video wherever I stuck it, because I done put my head in the middle, and I usually try to sit to one side. So here we go. Whatever. Coco, quit, baby. She's all worked up now. Every little noise the big dogs outside make, she's starting to haul butt to the door. Do you want ups? You want ups? Mwah. So I really enjoyed the Stitching Kitten. I would recommend. Their selection is got pretty much all of the basics of what you would expect. And then there was one of the employees there. I already forgot her name because I don't do names. She had some of her designs up for sale and on display, and then they had a local artist who had a gorgeous design over with the fancy ladies. You just gonna hang out? You just gonna sit there? At least you're not inside my shirt like normal. She likes to crawl inside my shirt and sit here. But, you know, I guess it's the perks to having big boobies, right? It's a built-in shelf. Are you sitting on your seat? Yeah, you're sitting in your seat. Mwah. Where are you getting down or not? You can't make up your mind. You want me to pet you? Okay. And let's see, the retreat itself. We were open, the Stitchy room was open 8 a.m. to 11 p.m. and I was pretty much there the entire time. I think I probably came down around 8, or no, not 8, like 9:30 most mornings. I did order like sandwich stuff and cereal and milk and whatnot to my room my first day there so that I wouldn't have to pay for breakfast and lunch out. And then I did eat dinner out. I had Panera. I got to go to Bojangles, guys. Oh my gosh, North Carolina. I forgot how awesome North Carolina is. If y'all don't know, I was born and mostly raised in North Carolina. And so, like, Bojangles French fries, that's seasoning, delish. Cheerwine, delish. Actually, in fact, I think I even took a picture of Cheerwine on tap because I sent it to my husband and was like, North Carolina is the superior state. And his response was, Houston's a long way from home. Have fun walking. Because when I left Charlotte, I flew into Houston because it was cheaper than going back to Dallas. But I digress. It was awesome. And I really did. I just spent pretty much the entire time in the Stitchy room. There was one point where me and Shani went off. We went to Joann's to try to get the threads for the Night Queen pattern, and they were wiped out except for like 2 colors. So then we went to Michael's and I was able to get almost all of them there. I think I was still missing like 4 colors, but I was able to finish her face, and the one color I was missing from the face I was able to borrow from a table mate. Papley buddy, I'm not holding you too. So pretty much I literally just stitched the entire time. I did go over and I bugged Cam a couple times to talk to her. I walked around, I looked at the freebie table. We played games. There was a couple of trivia games. We did some, what's it called? We did the raffles. I didn't win anything, but that's okay. I tried. I did put in stuff into the raffle. We, Whittier Stitches, we donated a full kit for Mermaid Periwinkle, which this awesome person named Sadie won. And apparently they have Flosstube. I saw their Flosstube and watched it. I think it was last night. So I will tag them down below. They said they'll probably start Mermaid Periwinkle in May for Mermay. So that's pretty cool. But why am I patting you like a baby? You are not a baby. I'm not trying to like burp you or keep you asleep. What am I doing? I am back in baby mode. I'm like, no. She's like, I'm a dog. Stop it. Which Sadie was working on really cool. When I went over to go visit her, she was working on the Hannah Alexander / Make It Pink, the Sailor Moon ladies. And she had already finished one, and then I think she was working on, she wasn't doing like the entire top to bottom. She had like rectangle cutouts and she was putting all of them on one page, and she had finished like one of them, one of like the rectangular pieces, and then she was working on the other one. I think she was working on Mars, but I could be totally wrong. There's a brag table, which I did take video of the brag table, but I took video on like the first day, which I should have gone back and taken more video later, and I guess I'll just play that whatever while I'm talking. because by the end of the Stitch retreat, there was so much more stuff on the brag table, and I did not get video of any of it, like a dirt to dirt. So I did see someone posted up a video of just a brag table, so I will also link that. I believe that one was towards the end of the retreat, so like everybody's stuff was actually up there at that point. I hung out. Basically, that was it. We hung out. We stitched. I stitched so much. Let's see. So, retreat room was open all day Friday, all day Saturday. Retreat room was closed on Sunday. So, it was a handful of us still there at the hotel. We hung out. We stitched in the lobby. We watched the football games. Me and Eve and another person, again, not good with names. Was it a Brandy or a Brittany or something with a B? We made it. I have their Instagram handle. I don't remember their actual name. It was like Calcifer Rocks. Why do I remember Instagram handles and not actual freaking names, guys? I don't understand. But anyways, what was I saying? Anyways, yes, so we stitched up until like 11 or midnight or something like that on Sunday night, and so we were the last stitchers standing. It just happened to be that Maggie and Amy and Erin and Cassandra and Mav were all downstairs having like a post-retreat meeting, so we got to take a picture with them as the last stitchers standing. So I'll put that in there. And then I took a bunch of selfies, not a bunch, I took a few selfies throughout the weekend. I got some with, one with Maggie, I got some with Allie, I got one with Cam, I got to meet Kenny, from Kenny Stitches, which I've been watching his Flosstube for months now. So it was really cool to go over there and like peek at what he was working on and talk to him for a little bit. And he was telling everybody about like my mini stitch that I was doing for the retreat pattern. So like he directed people over to me to see my stitching. So that was really cool. Like I said, I've been watching him for months and months now. So it was really cool to meet him in person and just say hi. But I was trying so hard not to bug people that like I knew from online, because this is their retreat. This is their relax time. And so I tried not to be a bother, but I was still a bother to some people anyways. Thankfully, Table 13 rocked and we had a blast even without me bothering other people all weekend long. We took some pictures. There was like a little photo booth thing. So I'm going to put those pictures here, and some of them were like GIFs, or they sent them as videos, but they should have been GIFs, but whatever. I'll put those up here too. Oh no. Well, that's empty now. And it was a weekend of stitching and laughing and like talking about every topic you could think about pretty much. And it was all over the place and all amazing and all wonderful. And one of the first things I told my husband when I got home was, I'm going again next year, right? Please? Cool? You good with that? He was like, yeah, I guess, if that's what you want to do. So I will be putting my name in the hat for next year. Who knows if I'll get chosen? Who knows if I'll make it in? But come January 1st, my name is going in that hat, because next year they're doing Mirabilia, and I love me some mirrors. So it'd be cool to go and see everybody stitching on those. And wow, it just got really dark in here. Anyways, I need to hang up. I am supposed to be at my neighbor's house pet sitting, and I am not at their house pet sitting because I got the notification that my package was delivered, and I have already been talking for an hour. Hopefully I will be able to edit a lot of that out because I rambled on a lot. But yeah. I don't even know if any of this made sense or if you got to tell what happened at the retreat. I think I just rambled nonsense the entire time, but I enjoyed myself. I got to show you the stuff I got. So I love you. Bye.